Hello my loves! So I decided to do a draw my life video. I'm not the best drawer, but I hope you enjoy. Bye! So meet my parents. This is my mum, Arax. Apparently this is what she looks like. And my dad is called Aslan. So the doctor had told them that they wouldn't be able to have a child ever. But you know what? They kept strong and they kept trying for 7 years. And after those 7 years, they found out that they were expecting and they were very happy. So I was born May 14, 1990. I was born 7 months premature at only 1.2 kilos at North Shore Hospital in Sydney. Growing up, I lived with my mum, my dad and my uncle. He was young, fun to be around and also loved spending time with me as a child. And this is my lovely drawing skills, yay! And that's apparently what I look like, a baby alien. So my uncle had 2 dogs that lived with us, called Bella and Chucky. I absolutely adored them as a child, and apparently they look like kittens. As my parents had moved to Australia before I was born, we didn't have much family here, but we had each other. My dad being a musician, I was always surrounded by the piano and music generally speaking. I grew up dancing, singing and performing, and I always put on shows. At one point in my life, I could have sworn I was in the Bold and Beautiful cast, even though I was 4 years old. A tad strange. But I guess that's paid off now, because after all these years, I'm still dancing and it's been 19 years. And the love of music and dance never went away. I always grew up with a big imagination. I remember being able to play for hours with my Barbies, although I always wished I had a little brother or a little sister to play with. But it wasn't long until my dream came true. My mum and dad were pregnant with my baby brother, yay! And he was named Arlen. Growing up, we were so close. Whatever I did, he wanted to do. He always followed me. And I was like, hey listen, stop copying me. No, I loved having him around. He made my childhood so fun. We had tennis lessons together, although I secretly hated them, but I never told my parents because I didn't want them to get upset. We also did swimming for 7 years, and as much as I tried, Arlen was always better. But then I started ballet when I was 4 and I found my passion that way. So in 1994, Sarah was born. Words couldn't describe how happy I was to have a little sister to play with and to boss around. Yay! Although my mum's 3rd pregnancy was the hardest. Sarah was born 25 weeks premature at only 600 grams, which is very tiny. The doctors told my mum Sarah wouldn't survive, although my mum kept praying and had hope. So when Sarah was born, she was known as a miracle baby. So growing up with 2 younger siblings was a dream. Not only was I never bored, they were always forced to play mummy and daddy with me. I would be the mum and Arlen and Sarah, my babies. I would literally get devastated and upset when my mum wouldn't let me push Sarah's pram, even in public. This one time when we were a bit older, Arlen and I decided to trick Sarah into thinking we were going to leave her forever and she would have to grow up without us. I have never seen a child cry that much in my life before. The poor girl became depressed and apparently that wasn't funny. Primary school was one of my favourite memories. My school was far, although that meant long, fun bus trips there. When I was in kindy, I met lovely friends, and I also met one of my good friends, Eileen. We were inseparable. In class, I had my days. Sometimes I was loud, sometimes I was quiet, although I was always told my laugh was very loud. I never thought I was the best at anything, although I always tried to become the best person I could become, to always make my parents proud. So one of my best memories at this time was coming home from school and watching ABC Kids cartoons with Arlen and Sarah. We watched Cat Dog, Rugrats, Okie Doke. We were also obsessed with watching Xena and Hercules on Saturday night. So it was my last year in primary school right before I started high school at a new place. It was March 6, 2002 when our doorbell rang very late at night. Opening the door, there were 2 policemen. Only being 12, I kind of understood what was happening, although never knew the impact that it would have on us. or the pain that was to come. That night, we had found out that my uncle had been in a motorbike accident, and my life would never be the same. My uncle had passed away at only 30 years of age. Growing up, I always looked up to him, and I considered him as one of my role models. A lot of things changed when this happened. This was a very sad chapter in all our lives. So after this, my mum sent me to the school counsellor to grieve. It helped, although not only did it make me more sad to not see him again, although it made me upset that I would never be able to show him to others again, as I was always proud of him and I wanted to show him off. So not long after that, I had to start my new high school. It was very different. I didn't really know anyone. I was never considered popular, although I was never considered a geek. I stayed in this school for 2 years and decided to change schools. I got bullied for random things like being too wide or too short, and I also had braces. I wasn't confident at all. So this is when I decided to go to a new school and decided to join my best friend at her school. I made so many nice friends after a few days, and I can say that these 3 years were one of my best experiences in high school. I was so confident, happy, and loved life. Woohoo! So I had no idea what I wanted to become after school, but I knew I loved to write, speak, and help people. So after hearing a famous presenter and journalist guest speak at our assembly called Kylie Gillies, I thought that's exactly what I wanted to do, and that's who I wanted to become. So after studying hard, I got into university for media journalism, and I absolutely loved it. I had my fair share of all-nighters and essays to go through, but it was all worth it. It was my first year of uni when I decided to upload my first video on YouTube. I was so nervous, excited, and scared. After watching one of the best YouTubers that I know called Bub's Beauty, I was inspired to make a video on how to become confident after realizing that there was so much hate and bullying going on online. So that is when I decided to upload my video on how to become confident, to help people even if it was in a tiny way. After uploading it a few hours later, it already had a few thousand views, which I found crazy. I realized that there was an audience out there. I didn't take YouTube too seriously then, but I decided to upload videos when I could outside of uni. Since then, YouTube has given me amazing opportunities, and I'm truly grateful for all of them. I've had the chance to meet amazing people around the world that I truly consider as friends now, and I'm so thankful for this, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Currently, I'm doing my Masters in Media, and I'm loving the course. I find it so exciting where life might take you. You never know what could happen next. Although I hope to become half the person my mum is, if anything. And overall to become the best person I can be. I truly hope to continue doing what I do, as it's a passion of mine, and if anything, I hope to inspire at least one person a day. I truly adore you all from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for everything, for your love, support, and kindness. I hope we can continue this journey called life together, and as always, I love and I adore each and every one of you. Don't ever forget to keep on smiling. Love, Lilian.